Yeah, your shots weren't even hitting the rim tonight. You just really feeling it.
I was just telling the team, especially the second half, I was like, we only have 20 minutes, especially the seniors. 20 minutes left in this gym playing. And that's you just got to give your all. And that confidence with the shots, and they were just falling for me.
Jay, how have you really seen Jordan improve and grow during his time here?
I think he's got a lot better mentally. I mean, because when he came in, he was like physically a freak. Like he just always was stronger than everybody and could jump. But he just learned the game a lot more. He's just getting a lot smarter. And I think it'll be great going into a senior year next year because I mean he's going to have to be one of the guys that's a leader and have to be more vocal. So I think he's improved a lot.
Jay, how much does it mean that your last one here at the United Spirit Arena was against Texas?
I mean, it was perfect. It couldn't even. Well, the only way it could be better if it was A&M. I mean, it's great. That's where you want to play. If you're at Tech, you want to beat those Longhorns. So it's great, especially to get it on our floor.
Jordan, how much do you think this takes you guys into the Big 12 tournament?
It's a big boost. It gives us a lot of momentum.
So, you guys had back-to-back threes. How big was that? Just some late in the fourth quarter, coming back, keeping the run going.
I mean, it was clutch. JT's was huge. I just knew he was gonna shoot it. We were just talking about it. He just had that look like I'm shooting this no matter what. Not if it's 35 seconds or if it's 2 seconds on the shot clock. So he sank it, and we needed it, and it really sealed the game.
Jordan, what have you thought about Coach Smith's ability to really change the basketball culture in this town so quickly?
It's just unbelievable, and we're just lucky to be a part of this team. I hope we don't stop here. I hope we just continue to move forward in the Big 12 tournament.
What is the biggest area that you've seen the most improvement in from your teammates?
Hitting big-time shots and just making clutch plays. Rob had a few unbelievable rebounds. He went in there and got Jaye hit big shots all game. So we just really stepped up. We're stepping up.
Jay,
I think, about to say back to your question, I think sharing the ball, I think we've improved a lot. Like, we're a lot unselfish, and everybody's just trying to find the open man. And that's something that Coach has been preaching since the summer. It's just going to be an unselfish team, and I think that we work on that a lot, so it helps the offense just move. I'm sorry.
So, Jay, how special is it? I know, a little selfish. Your last game at United Spirit Arena, a double-double against Texas. How's that?
It's great, especially with Minnesota with the win. Good stats and a win. There's nothing better than that. And like I said, it was against Texas, so it was perfect.
Jordan, about 3 minutes in the second half, get the dunk, immediate steal, return dunk almost immediately. What was going through that like 5-second section before you?
About 5 seconds before that, I was losing my mind. So when Coach called the timeout, I just tried to settle myself and just keep on believing in my teammates. And it just so happened that happened back to back.
Jay, this was your first game to dunk in quite a few. Was it really the knee was bothering you and it feels better now, or you were just really ready to play your last game here?
Yeah, I think it's been like 8 games or something like that. But yeah, I mean, my knee bothers me a little bit, but I mean, I've still been dunking. I can dunk in practice, dunk in warm-ups and stuff. But I just really haven't had a chance to get one in a game. And tonight is I was just feeling it. I don't know. Just had a little angel on my back just lifting me up tonight. So it helped.
Did you do anything different in preparation as far as trying to stay fresh or anything for this game? Or
No,
not?
it's the same thing. And Coach is just so traditional. He just wants us to keep the same routine. I mean, been eating the same thing every single game. It's just everything's the same. You just have to have the same mindset, same routine for walkthrough, for practice, and it just worked out today. And we just followed the fundamentals, and it gave us the win.
Could you just talk about the effort down the stretch and what that meant to from an execution standpoint and overcoming the deficit?
It was huge because Coach is always telling us at the end of the game, we can't just play for 35 minutes or 39 minutes. You have to play for 40. I think we did that tonight, and that's when you need everybody to come together and play hard at the end of the game in that last 5 minutes. Because I mean, you just have to buckle down and just give your all because you don't get these games back.
Anything else? Thank you, fellas.
To get this win, it's always a special time. It's always a memorable moment when you can win your last home game in your career. And no one deserves it more than Jaye Crockett. He's put in a lot of hours on this court. He's spent a lot of time in this arena, and I'm just happy and proud that I had the good fortune to coach him. And so this is a special time, and it was a very good win for us.
Coach, just talk about cracking the code at the end and finally winning a close game and closing out and playing the full 40 minutes?
Yeah, you know, the ball bounced our way this time. We hadn't done that this year. We've been very snake bit in some ways, but you know what? I tell the team all the time, you know, good teams make plays. You know, you can't wait for it to happen. I thought tonight we were aggressive and in a lot of ways, getting on the floor. Yeah, I was just, again, I'm glad we hung in there because there were times that we could have buckled, but there were some big plays all the way around. A big shot by Jaye, and Jordan makes a three. We hadn't made a three all day, and we made two in the last few minutes. So that was big. We just, all the way around, I thought, I can't be happier for, you know, for Kadia, Dayon, Jamal. They all contributed today, and again, you're right. When you lost so many close games and you win one like this, it probably does our soul good. I know it does me some good. And then maybe we can build on this going into the tournament. And we have some energy and some confidence.
You guys brought the intensity down the late, especially with all the loose balls going your way. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, you know, I thought that's the area where we've had problems in the past. You know, making those winning saves, you know, what we call 50-50 balls, or getting that deflection. And the second and third opportunity, you know, we were making, you know, getting our hands on balls, so we were better with deflections. We only had 5 at halftime, 5 or 6, and that's maybe the lowest amount of deflections we've had all year long. But I looked at the second half, I guarantee we got our hands on 3 times as many balls in the second half, and that's why we ended up winning the game. You know, certainly Texas is a very tough team. They're a team that'll be playing in the NCAA tournament. Rick Barnes has done a fantastic job this year, deserving of Coach of the Year in the Big 12. He and I are we're good friends. We're good friends, and we've known each other since college. So it was just a huge win, and to beat your in-state school, that helps a lot.
With the 4 seniors, and especially Jay, really as the foundation for this program, how has that really helped with you bringing in that stability and really growing this program this season?
Well, to get 14 wins, where I expected to be the other way, 17 and 14. But you know, you're right. I think and Jay's been a big part of the recruiting. You know, from day one. You know, he's been willing to do everything. He's served this program with distinction, being the ambassador he is, a guy that's working on his master's. So yeah, he's and I can point to him as a guy of longevity, a guy of substance who stayed the course, and I think that that's going to help Jordan. I was really impressed with what he played. It's going to help Jordan. It's going to help Randy. It's going to help Dusty. It's going to help Aaron, Todrick, Alex, all those guys returning. Because Rob, they can look at him and say, hey, there's our leader. Look what he did. Look what he's done.
Any other questions?
How much does this one help with a chance of postseason play?
Not much. You've got you're 14 and 17, 6 and 12. We've played a very competitive schedule, too competitive. When you look at the teams we had to play early in the non-league schedule for us. But, again, we won those games that we were supposed to win, and I think that's a sign of a team that's starting to mature, starting to grow up, and learning how to win. No, but we could, there are opportunities in other tournaments with us. So we'll see how we do in the tournament, and then we can talk about that.
Coach, was this your best defensive game in the Big 12 tonight?
Probably so. I thought tonight we were, both teams really, I thought the first half, Texas they had some looks and they missed. And then they were knocking down some threes, and so that helped to get them. In fact, every time it seemed like we'd make a run, they'd answer it with a shot or with a bucket or with a foul or free throw shot. But it probably was our most complete game, because we put together two good defensive halves. Most teams have really hurt us in the second half, but today, I'm sure Texas was they were averaging a lot more points in the second half than we were allowed. We held them to only 30 points in the second half, and that was huge. And when you look at the shooting percentages, we did the job there.
Disappointed that we lost this game, but I really am happy for Tubby. Known Tubby for a long time, and I think it's great what he's done to rekindle the spirit out here and the fire. And Tech's awfully lucky to have gotten him. And at the end of the game, we had 3 really bad plays in the backcourt where we had the ball, and they got to give them credit for breaking it loose, but we were careless with the ball. And John's free throw was a big play too, but those 3 plays really hurt us. And then and the defense, I don't know if it hit a 3, but they were struggling there at the end, and they were getting aggressive at the end just to try to make something happen, and we didn't finish possessions. We gave up too many offensive rebounds and at the end of the possession, and you've got to finish it. I mean, you get them doing exactly what they were doing, and we weren't able to finish the possession, but you got to give them credit because that's toughness on their part, wanting to get it and getting themselves extra possessions.
Coach, was it execution or effort there at the end that you felt that was the problem?
I thought they put more. When you don't finish plays, it gets down to effort, to me. And again, we throw that word around, a lot. And I'm not saying our guys weren't. Well, it is because at that time it's winning time, and whoever's going to go try to make plays, they were willing to go make the plays, and we didn't. And so whether you want to put effort, mental toughness to it, you've got to finish. And if you don't finish a possession, it's carelessness on the turnovers. That's all that is. That's just carelessness. When you have the ball, you got to take care of the basketball all the time. But in a possession game like that, it's got to be every time. And we didn't execute a couple times. Again, you got to give Tech credit. I can't. Tubby getting him in our league has been great, and what he's done it's neat because I've got so much respect for him and his staff. And you hate to lose a game, but you're going to lose it. You want to lose it to a person like Tubby, who he stands for all the right things. One of the great coaches.
Rick, big picture. Nobody expected this year.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thought this might be your last game.
I did. So I don't know who thought that. Probably people like you that don't know what's going on, maybe. Right. But I don't.
What about the?
I think if it's ever going to be a coach's last game, I would think that someone would have told me a year ago.
Yeah.
And no one ever even mentioned that to me. All they said to me is that we want you to be happy. Mm-hmm. And the only way I'm going to be happy is to do what we've done this year. We got a group of guys that played hard, and you can think about it. We were picked to finish 8th, and the fact that I'm sitting here disappointed, I think speaks volumes because I think we're better than 3rd in the league. I think we could have won the league. But that's me because I love these guys. They've worked hard, and I'm disappointed because I think we're better. I think we're better than 7 conference losses. And I can go back and pick, as every coach can.
Yeah.
So
we can dissect it. Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit here and, I think it's great to finish 3rd when you're picked to finish 8th. But again, if people ask me, we expect to win every time we play.